partly to mostly sunny skies on Monday and Tuesday.
All right, looks good. But first, we are fit, fun, and fabulous this morning. I love it. That's the motto of our guest here, author and Dr. Kathleen Hartford.
That's right. She specializes in group and health wellness, coaching, and retreats. And this morning, she's helping us learn our body types and what that means for our overall health. Good morning, Kathleen.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Tell us, explain kind of your philosophy, where you come from and what you focus on.
Well, where we come from is sort of an integrated wellness approach. I am a chiropractor by trade. So we look at balancing neurology with biochemistry, which would be your nutrition, your hormones, even any environmental toxins that are interfering with normal biochemistry. We also balance the emotional aspect. And we do a lot of Chinese medicine for the bioenergetics. Acupuncture is wonderful. So there are many things that you can do, but it's really an integrated approach. We want people to start to think, you know, there's no silver bullet. Everybody wants that silver bullet out there. This is a lifestyle. So that's what I wrote, was a book related to lifestyle. And what we focus on is stopping and reversing any biomarkers of aging that we're accelerating into, such as cholesterol, blood pressure, body fat percentage, things like that. We want to monitor those.
How does that, you mentioned the science of some of the Chinese techniques and methods and medicines. What about them is good, and what do you like in particular?
Well, Chinese medicine, of course, has been around for thousands of years. And what Chinese medicine, and I believe where modern medicine is going to catch up with this, is Chinese medicine is really about energetic vibration. You know, we're all made out of cells, which are made out of molecules. We vibrate, and that's going to be the medicine of the future. So what Chinese medicine looks at is that organ-to-organ communication via your meridians. So we have meridian access points that we can access in the body to find out where imbalances exist. Whether they're hyper-functioning or hypo-functioning, we want to balance them. And so that's why it's so important to make that part of an integrated wellness approach. So just like chiropractic works with the nervous system, Chinese medicine works with the meridians.
And do you do that with massage and with acupuncture? And
you can do it with acupuncture. You can do it with techniques such as total body modification is a wonderful technique. We're just accessing the bladder meridian along the spine. A lot of chiropractors practice that. Even the emotional work comes out of that, because in a minute we're going to talk about body shapes. What's so cool with body shapes is, you know, a lot of people come to me, they wake up between 1 and 3 in the morning. Well, I know that's your liver meridian. So what we have to do is bring balance to that, and then people will sleep through the night like a baby.
Well, we're looking at these body shapes here. Explain to me how these different body shapes can represent or indicate different problems.
Well, the body shapes are interesting because years ago doctors really used to look at their patients. We sort of gotten away with that. But if you're looking at these 4 body shapes, when we carry our weight around our hips, that's usually a reproductive hormone.
And that's the one on the far left?
Correct.
Okay.
That's usually a reproductive hormone problem.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the area we want to look at. And you'll have various symptoms such as your PMS and your hot flashes are obvious, but also you'll have your emotional aspect here. When you look at the emotions of the liver, it's all those things that women struggle with PMS: anger, resentment, galled, stubborn, emotionally repressed, depressed, indecisive, irrationality, frustration, aggression. So that's what Chinese medicine, I got them down, right? You know, but that's what Chinese medicine says is related to the liver, and every organ has certain emotions related to it. So when we're talking about reproductive body type, it's there.
Okay, and this is, tell me about this body type.
This is a very important body type. I have adrenal / blood sugar, and the reason that is a lot of people who used to go full guns, full out, they were your, you know, type A, go, 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 and suddenly they crash and they start to gain this weight. And it's because they've created insulin resistance, which is a precursor to type 2 diabetes. They've created that by pushing their cortisol levels through the roof, which makes you cell wall resistant. So that's a very important body type that we have to look at. Number 1, managing the stress, and then number 2, getting those nutrients back through the cell wall and stopping that cell wall resistance.
Eating the right foods?
Eating the right foods helps tremendously. Balancing your blood sugar is vital there.
Okay, and what about this body type?
The liver-related body type, very important, especially environmentally. Find this a lot with our men that are working in industry, but the truth is it's the air we breathe, it's the water we drink, it's the pesticides and herbicides on our food. Does stress the liver. And remember, ladies, the liver has to conjugate your hormones. That's why during those times of hormonal fluctuations, we get that liver stress. So in this case, you're going to find sort of that belly, it almost sloshes back and forth, this belly weight. And we want to look at the cell and see in that person, we're going to find that the fluid that should be inside the cell, the water, is being pushed outside the cell. And that's why we have that sort of carriage of abdominal weight there.
Okay. Was that
water.
The last one, or was there one more?
No, we've got one more, and that's thyroid. So very important for women. And what happens with women so often is they come to me and they say, I've been to my doctor for several years, my hair's falling out, I'm freezing cold, I'm gaining weight uncontrollably, I know I have a thyroid problem, but he says my blood values are normal. And he's correct, they are. But what we have to find out is if we have endocrine disruptors that are stopping her thyroid hormones from activating the cell, and so eventually her thyroid will burn out. And I promise in 2 to 5 years, the doctor's going to say, oh my gosh, you know, Mary, you're right now. You do have a thyroid problem, but it wasn't there before. The problem was there. The interference to those hormones connecting was there, and finally the thyroid just
gave out.
Yeah.
Well, we're pretty much out of time, but I just want to add, so you look at these types and then do the testing and then follow up.
And then we follow up. We utilize the program for the base approach, and then we target nutrient.
And how long does it take generally?
Oh, we'll get blood values within 90 days. It would take 2 years to get with food alone. So it's a very powerful program.
Wonderful. Dr. Hartford, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Kathleen.
And you can find copies of Kathleen's book online, and you will. We have a link for you at kdka.com/PTL, and you'll also can sign up for her online newsletter and check out free podcasts and instructional videos.
Up next, we are headed over to one of my favorite places.